Yo, what's up? Good morning, good morning. So we're in a state with the visuals of the blob that I'm pretty happy with. I haven't really decided if we're gonna keep the eyes looking like this and if they're gonna have eyes or not. But like, this is good enough for now. So we're gonna move on. We might revisit the visuals in like small bursts, but we're gonna move on, and our main focus is gonna be on the blob movement, and we're gonna take it slow in small steps. And I want to begin with being able to point somewhere on the ground or whatever and click, and that will be a point of interest that our blob will move to. And we're gonna start initially with moving it by, we're gonna do a physics-based rigid body movement system for the blobs, and initially we're just gonna like push it in the right direction. So if we have a point here, the blob is just gonna turn towards that point and then push, like we're gonna apply a force to get it to that point, right? And hopefully after that we can like calculate some sort of trajectory. So if the blob want to move to that point, we're gonna calculate how many jumps will it need and how much force will each jump need. I think that's the idea for today. I'm just gonna start by checking if I have some blob movement issues in my repository. If not, we're gonna create a couple of those first. I don't think we do. Let's see here. Make creature blob. Okay, so let's create, I want a task that is implement physics based movement. What do we want to call it? It's probably going to be an action. I think we're going to have action movement. In fact, then again, I've been thinking, like, should we have action walk, run? Should they be separate actions? I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. We're gonna create action move rigid body. And then I also want to extend the input handler. I want to be able to point and click to get a point of interest. And I also want to spawn some object there, I think. Let's just see if we have... I'm not entirely sure if... Yeah, we have right click, but we don't have left click. That's probably going to be named main click, by the way. Or main action, I think. Secondary action here. So let's create one of those issues as well. And then finally, we're gonna have a implement a input handler dot main click debugger. Might as well keep that one in the input handler, I guess. Pretty simple, actually. Let's start with that. And then add it to default input actions. Something like that. Easy peasy. Let's see. The input definition, first of all, we want to add a new one here. I'm pretty sure we don't have it. No. Let's see if I remember this. We're gonna call it main action. We're gonna have a binding which is keyboard and mouse. Gamepad we're gonna wait with. I'm gonna do mouse and left button. I think that's pretty much it. I guess we can make another binding for gamepad. Main action. honestly don't think... yeah, that's the label we want. We don't have an offset for this one. And then let's see, input handler. I think we're gonna handle the main click here. Or we're gonna handle the input action here, and we're gonna convert it to a Unity event like we have done with so many other things. Don't we have a debug option here already? Camera relative use input. Okay, as for the guess we can just make a default sphere actually and remove the box collider at runtime and just put it in the correct position. Okay, let's see. We have something called... is it toggle event? Right click. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Skafer? Yes, I am. Shouldn't I be? Question mark. It's not only this we want to do. We actually want to have a... yeah, that's true. I think... main action event. Yes, we want to make this into a point. Okay, for who knows, maybe you decided to procrastinate like me. That's like pretty much the main reason I stream. Making it harder for myself to procrastinate, you know. Yo, what's up, GDs? Long time no see. Right. Okay. Yeah, we want to change this. But then we don't want to add it to void. I don't think we... Let's just do it like this. And then we do... Where do we have pointer focus? Yeah, something like this. I think we're gonna do invoke main action event. Let's see, context, we get a value 2, point position value, screen point to ray, get the intersection point for ray. It's extremely similar to this. I wonder if yeah, let's duplicate it for now. I think this is pretty much it. My GDs went on a 3-week-long vacation. That sounds wonderful. Hope you had a great time, man. So I take it you're back at the grind now? So performed here, we just do invoke main action event, and I think that's it. See if we have any compiler errors. If it wants to compile, but in the meantime, okay. Let's do input. Fuck it, let's put it here for now. Folder debug. And we are gonna call this one. We have namespace here, by the way. Let's create a model behavior script, and we're gonna call it main action debugger. GDs just got back yesterday night, still jet lagged, trying to get back into working mode. Yeah, that's a hard one after a vacation. I'm questioning myself if when you take a long vacation like that, maybe it's best to like plan it so you have 1 or 2 days at home before work, if you know what I mean. But that's not always possible. Namespace editor.debug. Or actually, let's do input. Yeah, let's keep it like this. Oops. And eventually we're gonna have game input here, but we don't at the moment. You know what? We actually have it as a... Okay, I still want to do... let's do it like this. If input handler instance is equal to null. Come on. Return. Isn't it called instance? Handler. But if it's not, we do this, but we also want to have a point. That's not system drawing. Point game. There we go. GD is usually yes, it's a good idea. It wasn't possible this time. Yeah, I understand. How's things on your side besides new editor colors? I fucking hate the new editor colors, and to be frank with you, I just had an automatic VS Code update and it changed the colors. And I actually don't have the time to get into it right now, so I've just played along with it, you know. But something I have been trying to fix with my VS Code, which has pretty much made me... I'm like as close to switching away from VS Code as I've ever been, because my Git gutter indicators don't work. So when I jump to a file that I've changed, it's actually... we can see here that it's changed, but if I jump to it here, I don't know what has changed. Previously we had some like color indications and stuff like that by the side. For some reason they stopped working, and I've been like debugging it for an hour maybe off stream, and also found some issues on the official VS Code with people that has the same problem. Fucking sucks. So yeah, a switch might not be that far away. Skafer, it's time of year. Oh, by the way, SmackGDs, I just want to say we have also made quite a lot of progress on the blobs. I have like 3 or 4 new shorts on my YouTube channel, which shows it. Pretty much shows it all. And I think like we're done with the visuals of them, and today we're starting to implement the blob movement. That's what new, I think. GDs, I saw the blob shorts, appreciate it. You liked it as well. Skafer, it's that time of year when it becomes very hot in the afternoon, so you would assume I should do all my outside activities in the morning, and I agree, I should. But in the morning, the only thing I want to do is die, so I procrastinate until 11, then the sun is starting to scorch the earth, and I go outside. When it comes to some things, we never seem to learn, right? How hot are we talking? Like for me, I'm a person that likes it sorta cold, but like when it's over 25 degrees Celsius, then I tap out. I hate it, unless I'm at the beach, you know. Skafer, I use Marketplace, but I'm gonna copy that link and check it out after the stream. Let's put it down here. 23, 25 average, 30 plus under the sun. God damn. Create primitive sphere, but then I also want to do sphere game object dot get component collider. Is it enabled? False. And this we want to do, but I want to do It's kinematic true. Something like this. Main action debugger. So now we should be able to click and a sphere will show up. That's what I hope, at least. Input handler, player input handler. Debug input handler. We should have put it there, actually. I hate when I only, like, when I develop this game sparsely, like now, like only 2-3 days a week and like only 3-4 hour sessions, then I tend to forget things. Maybe move to input, like, what's it called? Debug input handler. Yeah. Main action debugger. Yeah, let's keep it like that. And we already have, cannot find main action get label. Get label is main action. I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. So why don't we find it? Oh, whoa. Could it be player input? What? Okay, that was weird. There's no rigid body. Okay, I thought we had that. While executing performs callback. Good to know. Maybe we should delete it after a while as well. But what is this? Really? I mean, this happens. Main action invoked. Skip, do you use any calendar slash to-do slash habits apps programs? I actually did quite a while, or quite a lot for a long while. I think my go-to was actually just having a Google document, an Excel, where I kept track of stats and stuff like that. But these days, I'm actually working on like my own personal tool like this, where I pretty much keep track of most of my activities during a day. So I like write them down in a notepad, and then I've developed a program that converts them into a JSON file, and then I can render them in specific ways, like see how many times I did X in a month and stuff like that. But I'm one of those that loves data. Any type of data, I love it. How about you, Skafer? How the hell can it complain that we're missing a method reference when it works? How does this... How does this happen? Is it on main action not found? How is it possible? I just want to try, like, this error makes no sense to me. We don't bind it multiple times. This is the only time, right? Scafer, I decided to do that too, write every big thing I do, so like reverse to-do list. But I haven't found any programs that combine to-do list and a calendar together. All these habit trackers are annoying to use. You need to write your habits first, like, and only then can you fill your days in. Yeah, like that's what I found as well. And sure, you can sit down and learn how you should do something according to the apps online. But like I also wanted to... I decided to develop my own like tracker app like this because I also wanted to like exercise using AI to help me program, you know. So that's what I'm doing. Like previously, I also had one period in my life that was like 8 years ago where I simply just put everything I was doing in a day in my calendar after I had done it. Like, so just like the default calendar in iOS. And that worked pretty good. Scafer, currently I use Microsoft To Do program on my PC. It's fine, but lacks the support of looking back at what you did in the past X days. And that pretty much sucks, because that's like, for me, that's one of the best parts about a To Do program, you know? Ah, fucking hell, I have no idea what we should do about this. Let's ask... AI, why are we getting an error using we? Okay, that's because they all suck. Yeah, like I also, when I thought about like doing this tracker app myself, like I asked myself, what is like the most important thing to me? Like I started with the, like what kind of data do I want to track? And I actually started like with the JSONs and ordering the data. And it's shaping up to be quite nice. Let's see. What weirds me out about this issue is that if I know what I need, and maybe I will make my own, but not right now, because that's another like side project that would take some time to develop. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So I just began with a very easy, like I just started writing my events in clear text and then converting them to JSON. And then I just did that for like a month or two. And then I started to work on the like visualization of it, because at that point I know that I have the data, it's written down, and I can parse it. That's like the data itself is the most important part. Yo, what's up, Sweda? I can already see a likely callback signature mismatch. I will... Sweeter, did you polish the eyes? I have a new short on my YouTube. I don't know if you have watched it, where I show the eyes, and at the end of that short I show like 16 different setups of the eyes. So they are randomly generated right now. They look kind of nice. They are up for, like, we might change them in the future, but like they are quote unquote good enough for now. And you know what? I think this is gonna come up short-handed as well, because this error doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, this is exactly how we do it. Do we input handler primary add listener? Could it be that main action event, unity event point, new unity event point, and invoke. Do input callback systems are colliding? Oh, the naming is wrong. Fucking hell. That's a great catch. Could it be on main action debug? If this is it, I think it's this one, right? Sweet, impressive work, bro. Thank you, appreciate it. And this week we're hopefully gonna be able to make them move in a very nice way. They're gonna pretty much jump around when... Fucking hell, that's a good catch. That would have taken me a lot of time. I hate hidden things like that. Beautiful. Okay, let's just scale this one down a bit. And yes, and I wanted to do one more thing. Yeah, maybe we can do this. Private enumerator show let's just take this one. And then we do beautiful. Yes. Sweet, I use AI for that too, it's so helpful. Yeah, definitely, like this catch was, I'm impressed. Wonder how many tokens it took though. Debug active time, let's just go with let's go with 5 seconds. Scale 0.4. Okay, I think this is good. So the idea is that initially we're just gonna do let's push or resolve these issues off stream later on. Okay, initially I'm just gonna do, we're gonna click somewhere, and then so this one is gonna react to this click. It's also gonna listen on this input event, and then we're gonna take the blob, we're gonna rotate it so it's looking towards the the point where we clicked, and then we're gonna calculate a force that we need to apply on the blob to make it slide from here to here, basically. I think AI will help me with the math itself, because we're gonna use the rigid body. We're gonna use mass linear damping. I guess a good thing to know as well would be the what we're standing on, how much friction we have, but we're gonna wait with that little detail, because right now we pretty much just have one friction value, so that's okay. But I need to keep that in mind. But we're gonna take mass linear damping and calculate the force needed to move this object from here to here. So at the end of that, we will hopefully have a blob that follows whatever point we're clicking, right? Extremely simple, but we're gonna work in small iterations here and make it work step by step. When we have that in place, we're hopefully gonna add some juice to it. So instead of like pushing it straight forward, we're gonna push it up, so we get like a nice jump arc. Let me write these things down, actually. Sweetheart Robin, I'm so sorry to ask you something. Do you think you can help me to achieve a visual effect in shader graph? I've been trying this whole day. If you can just guide me. Send me a message on Discord and I might take a look at it when I have time. The more detail you can describe what you want to achieve and your current setup, the better. So don't be afraid to use images as well. So first, listen to and then we're gonna do implement push movement, and that's gonna be given a point, calculate and the current rigid body properties, calculate the force needed to move the object from the current point to the point. Implement jump movement. Given a point and the current rigid body, calculate the force needed to move the object from current point to the point, but in an arc. Fuck, we have done something similar previously. I'm pretty sure. We're gonna do add prefix the correct term, add a prefix, down, force, push on the... Yeah. We'll get to that eventually. So this is pretty much what we're gonna do. So let's add... One sec, I want to see... We take a look at the blob. What do we have? We have a soft body handler. We're probably gonna extend this quite a lot when we're working with the movement as well, because I want the soft body handler to know which are the soft body bones on the top, bottom, left, right, forward, back, and stuff like that. I want to know, like, I want this one to keep track of the relation between the bones, where they are and such, because we're gonna use this one quite a lot when we animate this blob. If it's happy, we might elongate it or bounce it around and stuff like that. So we want to add, like, we want to push, we want to apply forces to the different bones to animate it. So in a way, it's going to be like a procedural animation. Or that's exactly what it's going to be. I wonder if we might do... I don't know, we'll see. But what do we have here? We have an attribute handler and an animate entity as well. So in animate entity, we have a list of settings or actions. Right now, we have an interactable list and we have the actions it can do, and it's currently empty. So first of all, we're gonna do it as an action movement, but we're gonna make it work on itself. It's not gonna be dependent on an action handler initially. When we create the blob, we're gonna add this script, I think. Or, you know, yeah, we are. So we're probably gonna add it to our graph as well. Yeah, we are. Anything else? I want to be able to test this one a little bit quicker, actually. So maybe we will not make it into an action initially. We will just... we will make it into an action and set it. Okay. So let's see. What did I want to call it? Action move rigid body. These are not... We have walk and run here. Okay, let's do... Duplicate action jump, call it action move rigid body. I think we're not gonna have type walk and run, we're just gonna have movement eventually. Movement setup. And for now, we're just gonna make these public, and we're gonna have... We're not gonna have anything here initially. We definitely want to fetch a rigid body. Apply jump force. Let's remove that one. Initialize. Process, finish, interrupt. Instantiate specifics. dependencies, no dependencies, target host is available. Let's just do it like this for now. Public void instantiate. Public void move. Specifics, dependencies, anything else? Okay, move. What I want to do here, instantiate raw. Here we're gonna do something like this. And for now, what we're gonna do is rb dot move position. Okay, and then I want to add this one as well. So we're gonna go to creature. Is it here? No, creature spawner, creature instance, generate instance. Let's jump to generate instance, and what I want to do here is name instantiate creature instance dot game object add component action. It's not a component. Creature instance dot add. Don't we have action? Maybe not. Let's jump to this one here. Private void instantiate. We call instantiate. Okay, let's put it in instantiate. Temporary action. And we should have animate entity, add action. Good. And here we do new action, move rigid body, but I want to do it like this. Maybe we just want to call it move rigid body as well, but then we instantiate raw, and then we add the action. Okay, let's see if this works. So what we will do now is we just click at one point on the ground, and the blob will hopefully move to that point. Unless I fucked something up with the setup. Really? Yeah, we haven't set host here. That is true. Okay. Let's rely on that one then. Yeah, it works. Doesn't look too good, but we're gonna have to work with the limits on the joints. Let's just see real quick. Blob. Bone, 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 bone. Don't we have... I guess it's this. And I need to refresh my memory real quick. Configurable joint unity. The component. Okay. I just want to see if this changes anything. And limit, if we have 1, yeah, then we have a lot. If we have limit 0.1, is that actually 0.1? Limit should be low, right? Yeah, it should. If we have 0, we don't have any movement. How does it look if we run into it? Yeah, that... 0.1, 10 centimeters. I find it weird that we get this result with 10 centimeters. true. It was Upstar Platinum. Yeah, with this kind of setup, this is not the result I would have hoped for. But is this actually... Is this a angular problem? I don't think so. But then again, like, this is a instant move, an instant jump. That's gonna screw with it quite a lot. We might, when we have like a force-based movement, it might look a little bit better. But I guess we should play around with linear limit when we do. Because like this is in... At one step in the iteration, we're located at point A, and then the next step we're at point B, which screws with it quite a lot. Star Platinum, I mean, it doesn't teleport, so maybe this way of testing is not right. Yes. But we're taking it in small increments here. I mean, moving small distances looks pretty good. Let's see if we can add some force to move it instead. And I want to see... RB dot apply or add force 1 force mode. I want to try with impulse first. How would one calculate the force needed to move a rigid body from point A to point B? Let's see if we can do anything with this. Let's start planning why don't use lerp. We're gonna do it like physics based, so we're gonna add force. It's just that I wanted to test if we could actually listen to the input handler and get a point and teleport the blob to that point before we continue. I hope we get a solution with there's no single force value unless you also define how fast it should arrive, and I love that because we're going to introduce a property speed, which we can use for this. Okay, let's see. Target, beautiful. Desired time, beautiful. Max force. Ooh. Start Platinum, the AI is over-engineering it. I don't think it is. I think this is like exactly what I wanted. This is beautiful. The only problem I see with this one is this is like a continuous force apply. Like the idea is that first we're gonna make it like a push movement. So it's gonna stand in point A and it's gonna move towards point B using force. Secondly, we're gonna make it jump in an arc. So we have a point A, we have a point B. We're gonna calculate how many jumps it will take to get to that point, and then we will calculate how to apply force in such a way that we get small little arc jumps to our destination. So it's pretty much under-engineered right now, but we're gonna get there. I mean, this is a good start. I want to test this one. The only problem I see... Possible to convert this solution into one where force is only applied once as force mode impulse. I don't want to... First of all, like, action move rigid body is not a mono behavior. We don't have access to fixed update. We have access to the rigid body, and that's about it. Okay. Start Platinum, just use A minus B times mass minus gravity as the force. We have linear damping to take into account as well. Towards certain chosen flight time, beautiful. If gravity is active and you don't want to hit target position after time, yeah. You know what, let's do... Yeah, let's have a constant time independent of distance right now. And we can define that later on. Let's go with 1 second. Target position. fuck it, let's try it. Move time, and yes, I want to have let's try it. Okay, similar issue, if not worse, actually. But 1 sec, that's not 1 second. What's up, Cooler SK? I still can't get over the pompadour. It's beautiful, isn't it? Not really what I wanted. Sphere collider not working. Okay, but with those shades, it reminds me about the kid we had here back in the day. He was probably even younger than this one, like maybe 5-year-old. But he had cool shaders on and would always act with swagger. As much as a 5-year-old can act with swagger. Like, it's almost like we actually get... Whoa, 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 we don't move from point A to point B, and then we... Let's see. Yeah. Point position. Impulse delta V. Are we getting a force upwards here? Yes. It's almost like we teleport to the point. Star Platinum, I don't get it. You can't have impulse and move time at the same time because impulse isn't constant force. But like, you can calculate going from what you want. So like if we have point A and point B and we want to move object A between those points, we can calculate like how much force do we need to apply at one point to push this object from A to B. You know, you don't need a constant force on something to move it from point A to B. Right? But what we're getting here is we're getting a vector 3 here with downward, and then we multiply it upward. So it's like we're applying force upwards here, which I found to be a little bit weird. Yo, what's up, Harry? No, we would need to calculate drag. An impulse will get an object to velocity, but it will never slow down. Yeah, but we have linear drag on the object, so we need to take that into account in the equation, right? I think we have linear drag. It's not currently included. But we're gonna include it. I'm just wondering about this one. Like, I'm wondering if we're applying a like, if I can't get this to work with my AI, we're probably gonna have to dive into it ourselves. But like, what I'm getting here is, so we're adding a force as an impulse, and it definitely slows down thanks to the damping. I mean, if we don't think about the weird joint behavior here, it's pretty much a teleport, isn't it? Don't rely on LLMs. They can be quite helpful, and like, physics have never been my strong side. Why don't I have access to the velocity here? I'm pretty sure we had it previously in some previous version of Unity. Oh, fuck me. Thought it looked weird. So we were doing the teleport, and then we were doing the fancy stuff. Without... Yeah, so the movement was pretty much 0, but we have 10 seconds. Okay, now we don't have anything. That's almost as bad. Yeah, this one is 0. How does this make sense? Maybe it does. So we have... the distance between the point we want to move to and the current position. Let's say 1 divided by 1, so 1. That really makes sense. Okay. Yeah, the calculations aren't entirely correct, but it's definitely... it's one step closer to what we want. And it's because it doesn't take the drag into account. Right. What is it called? Linear rigid body, linear damping. Or is it because the gravity? Nah, it's probably both. I want to see what happens if we do true here as well. Cooler SK, appreciate the 3-stream streak. Mad respect. Wow, we actually have the jump already. Get the fuck out. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow, I love this. Okay. Damned motion equation. Now this is just multiplying the gravity, so it should... I'm pretty sure we're not getting all the way there because we're not taking the linear damping into account. But I'm underlining once again, physics. Not my strongest... whatever. Linear damping, yeah, we want to get that from... No damping fallback. Then we just do it like we did it previously. But why? What would happen if... K divided by 0, okay. And let's try it. What do we have for this one? I think linear damping varies between blobs as well. Not quite there just yet. Okay, so let's assume that we have K 0.4. Still though, blob. Does angular damping affect it? I don't think so. So if we have a linear damping of 0, we still don't... Ah, you know what? I'm wondering if we need to take these into account. Yes, there we have it. If we have a... Does that work with the damping as well? If we have a soft body like this with bones with their individual weights, we need to add it all together to properly calculate the mass. So this isn't the full mass, but let's see if we have a linear damping of 5. Yeah. Oops, I was in the way. Like, what I want to do later on is, like, we're gonna calculate a... We're pretty much gonna shoot the blob forward and up, and depending on properties, like eventually in the far future, some blobs might not see as well, or they might just be plain stupid, so they are often gonna fail to land where they intended to. So we need to, like, when we implement this movement, we also need to be able to send in parameters that randomizes it a little bit. And then a blob won't be able to jump how, like, extremely long, so we're gonna have to calculate a max distance it can jump based on its properties, and then we're gonna have to, like, measure how many jumps would it take to get from this point to this point. It should be doable. Slowly but surely. Honestly, I think we can just replace... This is negative, right? Yeah. I wonder if we can just change this one. Replace this one. To control the arc. But let's see here. First of all, we need a better way to properly calculate the mass. Because a rigid body mass here won't do. So I'm wondering if we're gonna do body definition. think body definition is probably a good place to have. So something like this. So instead of taking, where do we have RB mass? Maybe we should just rename it mass here as well. If I recall correctly, I think we add a body definition to the blobs as well, but we will find out by error. Okay, and I want to see blob body definition weight 42. Yeah, that's quite. I wonder if it actually works just adding them together, but we have a main rigid body of 12, and then we have 10 bones with 2.5, and then we have the eye bone with 3. Okay. Body definition. Did we not have? Yeah, we do. But are we possibly doing this before? Yes, I think so. Depends on when we add this. I'm a little bit afraid that we add it too late. Body definition, where did we do it? In awake. Oops. Oh no, did I not? That explains it. I guess we can just do post dot body. Then we can actually just do host. Really? Instantiate animate entity. Host is equal to host. Okay, we had creature first, then body definition. Okay. But... Oh... Am I moving a little bit too quicker? Body definition, animate entity. Oh, never said it here, okay. That explains it. I think we're gonna we're just gonna have body for animate entities. I'm pretty sure. Let's see then. Body, now we have a body reference. A body definition, weight 42. A bit too much, I think. Forty-two. 25, 37, around there. Okay, I guess simply adding them is not the answer. I reckon there's a way more complicated way to calculate the true mass of our blob given configurable joints. Could it be? This makes me wonder if we have a pointer left open. Yeah. We're not properly getting rid of the stuff after the playthrough. Okay. That's weird. Usually that's something we get when we use null conditionals, but we don't do that here, do we? What would be the cause of this? Let's ask this one real quick. while I look. I'm calculating, or how would one correctly calculate the total mass of an object that consists of one main rigid body and multiple child rigid bodies. The children are configurable joints. With the main rigid body as anchor. Okay, so when we use the rigid body here, we have a dangling pointer for some reason. We instantiate the rigid body here by doing get component on the host. But I mean, the object that uses this game action is also always re-instantiated, right? So I don't see how element entity on destroy, action handler destroy. Is it that we don't properly destroy it? Animate, action handler, destroy, action destroy. Ooh. Yes. I guess we need to make this virtual. And then we go to, but you know what, action, yeah. And then we go to action, move rigid body. We also do, yeah. I think that's it for that one. Okay, let's see. We do. I don't know. Am I calculating it the wrong way? Body definition, rigid body, get components. I'm pretty sure we don't have any kinematic rigid bodies, but let's double check it. But like when we apply a force to the main rigid body and make it move, during the move process, these smaller joint rigid bodies are gonna affect it as well. Okay, but these are not kinematic. Neither is this. Oh, we have soft body anchor. Maybe it's only this one we need to take into account. I want to see. Let's see if we can make sense of it by doing this. Action move rigid body. Let's go back. Let's use rb.mass here again. This one is kinematic, and we're taking that one into consideration. But that's just one, a mass of 1. And what seems to be missing here is like a mass of 1. Okay, not really. What the fuck, now it looks like 50. Yeah, this is not really a proper comparison because... maybe it is. No. Because now we're adding to the mass here. So the more we add to the mass here, the less impact does the soft body joints add. This is weird. Post body weight. Maybe a better way to do it would be... Let's see here. I think if we do... the blob weighs... let's double check that. So we have a blob of, let's round it. So we have 12. And then we have these, which weigh 2.62, 2.5. We have 10 of them. That's pretty much 25. And then we have one with 3 as well. So what we do initially is we just do this, which is roughly yeah, we get 42 or something like that, but let's do 40. I'm wondering, like, if we take the mass of these multiplied by spring value or something like that, or divided by spring value, actually. I'm talking about this spring 1500. Yeah, that's gonna be extremely small. Like, I don't know how much these actually... affects it. for a jointed hierarchy. I don't know if that's exactly what we're actually doing. The soft body anchor here. So this one is actually the anchor and this one is kinematic. Is it only this one that is affecting it? I'm gonna double check if that one is what it's anchored to as well. So what we're doing now is we're not counting the joints that are anchored to soft body anchor. This one is anchored to the... okay. We're only counting this one, which is anchored to the main rigid body. Ooh, is that... okay, that is correct. Beautiful. So we don't take into account the joints because they are anchored to a kinematic rigid body. Are we gonna have any problems with the eyes like this? Cool. Beautiful. So I guess, okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the soft body handler here. It's going to know of all the configurable joints and it's going to know which ones are anchored to kinematic rigid bodies and not. Fuck, I want to get this movement in place so that they can move by their own goals as well, because then we can implement a very simple race for them. So we can instantiate a set of blobs and then make them race each other. I think that will be nice. Try what happens if we do. Okay, we still have this problem. Do we add it properly? Let's see, creature. We add the action. So it should be removed. What's up, Psychoslow? I'm currently working on my master thesis on a game engine, so I was wondering if I can share a short survey in your chat. What website is the survey hosted on? And thank you for the follow, by the way, I appreciate it. Like, if it's a well-known site, then sure. Like Google... what is it called? Google Service? But yeah. Like, I'm wondering why we're getting this dangling rigid body reference. It's fucking weird. Depends on if we destroy... Let's double check if we actually destroy it. Destroy, move, rigid body. That's the only reason I can think of. Yeah, I don't think we do. Okay, done. Yeah, if it's like to some weird Slovenian website. Like, I don't know if it's weird or not, but better not have any weird links in chat, you know? But good luck with the thesis. So, let's jump to this one. Public virtual void destroy. Action animate entity on destroy based on destroy action handler destroy. So why aren't we calling it? Abstract void destroy, action handler. Animate action handler. And we do add the action. Okay, this is weird. Could it be that this one is already destroyed? Possibly. That would suck. But fucking hell, we remove all listeners on destroy here, so that's probably not it. Second slow, so you say if you can make it in, if I would make it in Google Forms, you would allow it. Yeah, I guess so. Ooh, ooh. There we go. That should probably solve it. So let's just do this here. Second slow because it looks like people are afraid to use my link. I posted it in Unreal, Godot, Unity official Discord and didn't get any response. That might be one of the reasons. These days, like, I know I am extremely careful what links I press and what forms I fill out, you know? And I reckon a lot of people think the same way. Okay, this looks good. Let's see if we get an error. No, I don't think we do. Okay, beautiful. So, when we implement movement for rigid bodies like this, we need to take we need to parse through the object and get all the different components that actually add to the mass. So the main rigid body might not always be the only component of a monster or creature that has mass, but we need to be careful about it, because if the object in question that we try to add doesn't have or is kinematic or something like that, then we don't want it to affect the total mass. And so we have a component for anything animated that is called like body definition. It defines the body, the different limbs and stuff like that. And then we also have a component called soft body handler currently. Which I don't think it does that much, honestly. Yeah. It does this currently, but we're gonna change it so this is a little bit more optimized in the future. But what this tells me right here is that I probably want to create or turn this into soft body definition, which is a subclass of body definition. So it will do everything that the body definition does, but it will also handle the specific case of something being soft body. Another approach we could take is just keep this soft body handler and have a reference to it in the body definition, if it exists. But I think that's a little bit of an uglier way to do it. But the way we create this creature right now is like half of it is done in script and half of it is done in the graph system we have developed. So I'm thinking about moving like body definition. Right now we add this by required component. I don't think that's a very good way to do it. We also need to fill out all of these things. We have skinned mesh renderer, we have root transform, we have main collide, like all of these are things. Maybe it's time to add the body definition to the graph. I'm just wondering how we would do it. Or for now, we could do I really want to do it like this? Body definition, weight, get components in children. I'm gonna have to think on this one. The way we're gonna solve it for now is gonna be to add, so these are the eyes, and we add them to this object, which we add to the main object. Yo, what's up, Antonino? Hope everything is alright with you. We could do a quick fix where we add the eyes to the soft body anchor as well. Maybe that's the best way to do it. Antonino, I spent the last 2 days writing my thesis, 2 months of work for the project. Now it's all good. Nice to hear. But that's one productive weekend. So I'm gonna show what the problem is. If we take a look at the blob here, we have a soft body anchor for the soft body, which is kinematic, and the joints are attached to that one, or has that one as anchor, so they don't really affect the blob when we jump around. This one though, what happens if this is kinematic? Then that happens. Okay, I guess what we could do is that we also output the soft body anchor here and attach these eyes to that one. Maybe that's the better option. But then we're gonna have to handle two outputs here. Antonino, yeah, but I'm really tired. Yeah, enjoy that sleep later on. Hopefully you have the time for it. I'm also thinking about how I want to structure this in the long game, right? Add soft body editor node. No, add soft body runtime node. Then we do generate soft body setup. Fuck, where do we have it? Anchor, anchor, anchor. Connected body. Yeah. Okay, we do bone game object transform parent because we add it in skin mesh, I suppose. Root bone. Soft body anchor. This is where we create it, so we should be able to just output it here as well. Yeah, let's see how that would look. Add soft body editor node. Let's add an output port. One sec. Okay, back. If I want to rename this one. Then we have this output here. Add soft body runtime node. Then we do this, I think. But also, yeah, this we want to add. But we might as well do. And then down here, we want to set value is equal to this. If 0, or let's do it like this. And that should be it, I think. So now we should have a secondary output here. And we're gonna add the eyes to that one. But it might not be as simple as that, actually. Yeah, we're gonna take... That's true, we're gonna take this one and do like that, I think. And then we're done. Fuck. Because I forget to do output kind 2. What's up, Pillsbury? This should hopefully be it. And there we have our blob. Let's see how the setup looks. So we still have this one with... It's not kinematic, but connected bone is this one. I wonder if that screws it, or if we need to make it... I hope that is enough. Maybe that we need to make this one as a child to this one. We will see. Ah, no. This works, because what we do now is we can jump to action, move rigid body, and we can remove this. So now we can just use the rigid body mass, because now the joints don't affect the physics of the main rigid body. Pillsbury, I'm also a game dev too. Nice. Feel free to share the game you're working on in chat if you want to. So now we get the correct jump for it. Because now the eye joint doesn't affect the blob. That is beautiful. I wonder why we don't get... Okay, it works. Maybe we need a bit more for... Ah, it's great, actually. If we hit the collider status, we need to, I think we need to change the size, or we need to properly calculate the size. We're gonna do that someday. Yeah, they're way too small. I guess we would like to eventually avoid the overshooting. But we're gonna work a lot on the jump before we need to worry about that. Okay, so next I want to try and affect... So currently, like, the arc is only affected by the distance and the rigid body, or the gravity strength. I want to be able to decide... Like, I want the arc to look similar even though we jump this. So if we jump a short distance, we fly way up. If we jump a long distance, it's more forward. We definitely want it to be something like this, but I want to have exact control over it. So instead of gravity, let's take a look here. We're gonna change this one. So G. Yeah, what I want instead is distance. Yeah. Okay, so what I want is something like this. Vector 3 up is equal to distance, or d dot magnitude times vector 3 dot up, and then we use up here instead, but we add a plus. 1 sec. I want to see what happens if we just do but we need to do it here as well. Okay, it's not that simple. Pillsbury, that sounds like a very ambitious game. Wonder if okay, let's do it like this. We might. Okay, let's do it like this then. Okay, I don't care about this one, but here, G over K, let's keep G over K, but here I want to see up. Maybe. That's a bit too much. Okay, let's do something like this then. Maybe we don't... Maybe we can do G over K. G, 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 G. Like, if we do... I want to multiply this one with d times, or d dot magnitude times gravity. So I'm thinking this, like, the longer we jump, the more we want to fight gravity, right? This might be... yeah. But maybe not that much. Secosto, okay, so I made a new survey in Google Forms. Can I post it? Yeah, sure. We need to normalize it in some way. I guess basing it on magnitude is probably okay. Or we need to take magnitude into account, definitely. But we need to reduce... We don't want it to be linear with magnitude. Which honestly feels a little bit weird. Why shouldn't it? No. Maybe we... yeah, we need to take time in... We need to take t into account, don't we? And linear. Oof. But we take t into account later on. Ah, no. We already take that into account here. Fuck. Okay, I need to rethink this one. And we get make the height of the jump constant. And independent of distance d. Yo, what's up, Knuger? And thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Ballistic impulse variant, where apex height is fixed and horizontal travel time adapts to distance. Okay, what are we looking at here? Yes. Apex Y. Ah. Okay. We don't care about... Yeah, we have dropped a few calculations. Knuger, I like the graphics on the game. Thank you, appreciate it. I've got some videos on my YouTube where I explain how I implemented the different modules that make the graphics so pretty. Okay, so here's the truth. We're gonna try and alter this tomorrow because unfortunately I need to run now, but I'm extremely happy with the progress today. We now have moving blobs. They don't move on their, like, they don't have any own agency or any agency, but they move by being controlled. We're gonna see if we can make it look even better tomorrow, get the height in place, and then we might give them some agency. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it, and have a great rest of the day. Peace.